Also, there's a Ganban. I mean, not Ganban, sorry. I mean, Gabby's.
Bro, I just started the stream and that's what niggas gonna hear. Gang, gang, bang, nigga, nasty.
I've had Gambies, oh my god.
Slow your roll, nigga. Slow your roll.
It's the home of the 76ers here in Philadelphia as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the Wells Fargo Center. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and with us from the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. The 76ers hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road.
Yeah, they just look sort of lost out there lately. You know, they're not playing with a whole lot of purpose or drive, and you just can't wait for good things to happen. You've got to make them happen.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Shot clock at 5. Here's Oubre. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Greg, we know that both these teams have had a difficult stretch recently and are hoping to turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, the struggles will continue.
Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
That's impressive. Vassell nabs the steal, and right away he's got that fast break pushing.
Embiid. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Back to Barnes. Good D by Embiid.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And finished off by Oubre.
A powerful finisher, Oubre Jr. You deserve to get dunked on when you let him get inside.
Castle.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Ideal way to start the game. Come out of the gate and knock down all but one of your first 5 shots.
Maxey attacking. Oubre, no one around him. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Richard, you talk about the fastest players in the league. De'Aaron Fox is in the running. And I say that literally.
Kevin, he is at his best when he is attacking the lane. He's a lefty that is a tremendous finisher, and his floater, arguably, might be the best in the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this.
Look, inside, Embiid just has all the tools for success. The height, the power, and more importantly, the tenacity.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam.
San Antonio foul.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
First team foul.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone.
Sebastian's still there.
Wembanyama gets it to go.
They are just killing him on the interior.
2 minutes
Here's
remaining.
Oubre. There's
Happy to take
Embiid. Good defense by Wembanyama.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Barnes outside. Back to Wembanyama. .130 left to play here in the first. It's Vassell on the wing. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And here are the 76ers now. It's a 10-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, we'll see how they respond after that weak performance. It should tell us a lot about their character as a team.
Here's Philadelphia. In this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
These guys are looking forward to this year now, putting last season behind them.
Back from outside. Can't get it to fall. He's missed the second after making his first. To the inside. And Embiid throws it down.
So much strength from Embiid. It would take a special defender to slow him down.
Here's Wembanyama. Second chance effort. And he lays it up and in. Wembanyama's got 10.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Back to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Defense looks helpless against Embiid on that slam. He's just too physical.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
76ers foul.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of this game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Such an important part of this team. Vassell, a great athlete who can guard multiple positions on the court. That's so valuable.
You on mute.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs.
14. The Spurs 21.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
Cancel. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
Here's Vassell. The putback. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Fox. Here's Wembanyama. Missed it, even after all those chances. Here's McCain. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Well, that's one way he can finish. Far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
On the wing, Barnes. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
All the time in the world to get that one off. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Pass to Drummond. Outside Butler. Clock at 6. Here's McCain. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his second.
It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot to create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode.
I let you go.
People don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. You can't get that break. You can't take any plays off.
Good night.
Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with. No question. EA, thanks.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
The Spurs making a switch here. Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama.
They get it again. A nice shot by Sohan. Sohan's got his first basket of the night.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
The team just loves to see him be fired up on offense like this. They really rely on his scoring ability.
Philadelphia foul.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Personal foul.
That sends Keldon Johnson to the free throw line.
Shooting for San Antonio.
That one on George.
Keldon
Spurs
Johnson
making a switch here.
at the line for.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Embiid. And the shot is long. San Antonio leading by 6. A shot by Johnson, no good. At the top of the key, Oubre. Nifty move. And he sinks the layup. That's now 8 points for Kelly Oubre.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Fox, no good. Inside. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Embiid. Embiid is just too strong inside.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock.
Quick and drive.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
He throw good,
At
Fox.
the line for the Spurs.
What sets Fox apart is how dynamic and explosive he is. He can take off at any moment in any direction.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
Floats it up for Wembanyama. It's stolen by Edwards. Here's McCain.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Here's Champagnie. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie here. That's a shot that he needs to be making. There are no excuses.
With the score,
It's
your Sixers.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Fox with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Wembanyama. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. And here are the 76ers now. To the middle for the lead. And the layup is good. McCain's got the lead up to 2 now for Philadelphia.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Pass to Castle. Wide open. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Castle's got it all tied up now for San Antonio. And you know, De'Aaron Fox, he has become, RJ, I think, almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, he's always had great speed, so defenders would sag off of him. But now that he has that step back 3, so you have to play up, and that's what he wants you to do.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The rebound by Yabusele. And it's the 76ers with the ball. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Johnson outside. From deep. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Johnson's got 6.
A point of emphasis for Johnson, knowing he needs to keep taking and making threes.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Paul with the 3. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
First team foul.
And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
To the left wing. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Sohan's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Into the lineup for the Spurs.
Pass to Oubre.
Jordan McLaughlin.
Here's Embiid. With force. Embiid takes it to him.
Hammering the offensive glass. Embiid getting that big size use.
Nobody near Barnes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance. He saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. You got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Pass to Grimes. Maxey looking it over. Sinks the triple. And now a 6-point 76ers lead.
Yeah, what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
One more time for your 76ers youth.
1:39 left in the third. Outside, Fox. Right at the free throw line. Back to Vassell. Here's Castle. Tips it up. Wembanyama on the follow. Wembanyama's got 14 points.
Yeah, you have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone. San Antonio shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. That free throw missing.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at them now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
And they look like a completely different team. I wonder what coach said to them at halftime to help spark this momentum change.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Wembanyama stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
Pass to Castle. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Castle's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. At the elbow, it's Drummond. Here's McCain. Back to Drummond. 1 second left. And Drummond throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points.
The Spurs, 54.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. The 76ers leading by 8. Banked in off the glass. Drummond's got 10 points in just the second half.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Pass to Castle. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Here's Yabusele. Defended by Sohan. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's McCain. Here's Drummond. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Now, Sohan. Edwards defending. And they get it back. Here's Wembanyama. Nails the baby hook.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
You know, Greg, with a combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Down low, here's Sohan.
Jeremy.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Feed the interior, good things will happen.
Grimes. Off target at the rim. Back to Vassell. Sohan inside. Pass to Castle. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
That's his second.
Well, Castle showing his ability to create and finish when the defense overcommits.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Philadelphia.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful penetrating and getting offensive production.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside. He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
At the elbow, it's George. And stolen by Vassell. Embiid with the steal. Here's Oubre. And the jam by Oubre.
Such a savvy defender. And he just reads opponents well and loves going for steals.
San Antonio calls timeout. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. San Antonio making a switch here. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. You know, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. We need some more production from the outside. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Even in his rookie season, it's easy to see Castle's leadership.
To the right side. Embiid wide open. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Here's Castle. Off target from three-point range.
That is not the shot they needed there. You gotta work it around in a better way.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Barnes can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Embiid. Outside, Maxey. Philadelphia with the new shot clock. In the corner, it's Oubre. The tray. Good on the three-point shot. Maxey's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the 76ers.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Joel Embiid.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds. And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice guys to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Third personal foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Oubre can't get it to go. And Benyama, that's for two. Count that one.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage. And
Damn, Joel Embiid busted his ass.